Alright guys, let's get into it. So I'm just gonna first of all apologize for the background noise. We have our wonderful gardener working on the hedges. When I say our, like, I don't live in some mansion, just to be clear, it's like a community gardener. And I just politely told him to, well, I just asked how much longer he would be in the nicest way possible. So if you can hear the background noise, please just bear with us. He's the loveliest guy in the world. And he's just doing his job, you know, like the rest of us. So, you know, yeah. So just bear with us. Let's just get into the video. By the way, fit check. I'm going to be kind of rushing through everything because I've got a date sort of situation. Anyway, pink. I don't normally do this. We just did a little gold, little glitter. You can hear the noise, right? It's great. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He's been doing it for like, I want to say half an hour. This was the only time I had to film. You know, and he's really sweet, but I'm going insane just like you guys. But he's really lovely. He's doing his job. So we have to just, you know, we just have to tune it out. We have to tune it out. So let's get into the video, guys. Yeah, fit check. So this was a scarf. Desigual from my aunt, and I was just looking for a halter and I couldn't find anything. I don't have any halters, and I was like, you know what, I've been seeing this trend about where you turn a scarf into a halter. So I was like, well, let me give it a go. And we're getting a little lavage, not a lot, but a little. So I'm gonna flex it even if it's a little. And yes, we'd spent about like 2 hours, like a ridiculous amount of time on the hair, but it's just so fun, you know. I can't not. God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the noise. You have no idea. Anyway, alright, without further ado, 20 of my childhood beliefs that will make you and me a healthier person. Number 1, minimize how many artificial things you put in your body. This could be things like breast implants, hormonal birth control, allopathic medication. These things often actually do more harm than good. I'll be honest, I'm the type of person that would rather let themselves feel what they need to feel as much as they possibly can so that I can get to the root of what's actually creating the issue rather than just treating the symptom of it. So I'm not saying don't ever get implants or get any surgery done, don't ever take birth control, hormonal birth control, don't ever take allopathic medication. You ultimately have to do what is right for you. But I think solely relying on external things or cover-ups, band-aiding if you will, is never a healthy way to go about life. If you look at that as your only form of healing or a cure or a solution, open yourself up to the idea that maybe what you think is hurting you is not all that there is to the story. For example, somebody who believes they need breast implants, well, nobody really needs breast implants, but there could be somebody who is very confident with themselves who wants to get breast implants, but there could equally be somebody who has internalized the belief that they are not worthy of love or adoration or being desired if they do not have a certain cup size going on. And so for that person, is it right to, I guess, prescribe them breast implants? Maybe not. Maybe therapy is the better route for them. Some journaling, some time to just heal and re-realize the fact that they are beautiful and valuable as they are. Similarly, allopathic medication, I don't hate it, not at all, but I think to only look at allopathic medication as a solution for everything is, well, personally, my opinion, I feel is incorrect. I think there are many forms of healing. I think that allopathic medicine is often used as a cover-up and that it creates more problems than it does heal them. And I think that we should open ourselves to the idea that maybe tampering with what's natural in our bodies is... Well, I can't even hear my thoughts. Great. I overall feel the less we mess with our natural body and what it likes, the better it is for us. I think your body has a design of its own, and in many ways it knows how to self-heal, and that not that it doesn't need assistance at times or that we can't take vitamins or we can't do things to make ourselves healthier. Obviously we can. I don't mean just destroy your body and just expect that it'll miraculously heal itself, but I think that the body is a lot smarter than we give it credit for, and I think that we are a lot more capable than we give ourselves credit for, and to continuously try to, I guess, find a solution in quick fixes, I think that can be very harmful for all of us. Number 2, write a birthday card for the people that mean the most to you, especially people over the age of 40. They appreciate letters and cards. I remember the joy of receiving a letter from, I guess, someone who's like a grandmother figure to me. I call her one of my spiritual teachers. There's something so beautiful about feeling the energy of somebody's writing. And I think that it's so much more personal and, you know, regardless of your age, to receive something that somebody has taken the time to write. I mean, writing takes a lot more time than typing, and I think it shows that you're going that extra mile to think of somebody and invest in them that much more. Text is basically free. Taking the time to go to a card shop and pick out a card that you think they might like and writing a heartfelt message in there, it can make such a difference to somebody's day. Number 3, I don't purposefully follow trends. I just buy what I like, and in doing so, it ends up being an investment for me. I know what I like, I know what I vibe with, I know kind of what my favorite colors are, and so I don't like to BS myself with things that I know I'm not going to use and that I'm not going to enjoy in the name of a trend. Guys, I mean, I know sustainability is becoming so much more of a thing nowadays, and I don't think that I'm the best person to even speak about this, but there is so much joy that actually comes from leaning into your authentic style. And most of the outfits that you guys see, I just shop my own closet. I shop the random gifts that I don't know who got me. I make things out of stuff. I wear the same jeans, the same basic stuff over and over again, and I get creative with the accessories. Find your own version of that. You don't need to continuously look to TikTok to generate a sense of style. Number 4, natural nails over acrylic. Now here I'm being a massive hypocrite, I'll be honest. I got my acrylics on, yeah, but I've been doing this because of work, because it's more practical for me. However, I still stand behind this point. Natural nails over acrylic. Similarly, healthier hair and skincare over surgery and constant, say, bleaching of your hair or teeth. Basically, stop band-aiding. Eat nuts and keep your nails strong. Wash your hair twice a week and oil it. The way that I look at it is like this. Your basics, like your skin, hair, teeth, nails, just take care of them. If you take care of that, then anything you put on top will just inherently look that much better. Stop band-aiding. Band-aiding, not that it can't work. I mean, I've just recently been getting my teeth whitened, you know, and I'm enjoying it, but it's not something that I'm doing regularly. It's not something that I just rely on to get my teeth looking good. I know that if I eat too much sugar, my teeth aren't going to be looking that great. So the point is to develop healthy habits. So for example, I'm not going to eat a bunch of nonsense and then save up to, say, get lipo fat transfer. My organs are still destroyed, right? My innards are still destroyed. But the point is to keep yourself healthy so that you don't have to get to the point of needing lipo, fat transfer, etc. Now, I'm not saying that, say, for example, I know people get, I think it's called gastric bands, so that they can limit how much they eat. Each of us has our own, everything that I'm saying, take it with a pinch of salt, apply it to your situation. But if you constantly look to a band-aid to solve your problems, you are not taking enough accountability. Right? So don't be drinking 5 coffees a day and wondering why your teeth aren't white. Take care of your teeth. Reduce how much coffee you drink. I mean, we can get into the hows and all of that in another video. But you want to practice healthy habits. Number 5, I always try to remember that I never know the whole story. So I try to avoid jumping to conclusions, assuming things, and hurting everybody involved. Take the time to listen to people and trust your gut. There is no need to, I guess. You said you were done! Oh no, now there's a guy mowing the lawn. I'm gonna cry. The thing is, if we knew the whole story, we would be God. Let's just put it that way. I'm so sorry, I couldn't do it. I worked so hard. I worked so hard. You guys actually haven't seen it. This happened in another video, the 16 things video. 16 things I told my 16-year-old self. Same thing! These people outside! Oh my god. Okay, I need to tune out, my god. Remember guys, if we knew the whole story, we would be God, okay? If you knew everything about everything, you would be the richest person in the world. Let's be real. You would be, what's it called, omniscient. So people would pay you to foresee the future because you would know it. What I'm trying to say is, you do not know everything. How could you? It is okay to not know everything. So before you assume something, it can happen, for example, when somebody speaks to us a certain way and we want to take offense. That does happen, where we want to take offense rather than actually be like, where did that come from? Give them some space and some understanding. And at the very least, okay, you want to be peed off, you want to be upset, okay, cool, respect, whatever. But your day is ruined. Why not go and talk to them about it and ask, hey, where did that come from? And then you can get yourself out of the state of being upset and having your day ruined, right? You don't know the whole story. To look at somebody and I don't even know how to, for example, sometimes, especially in the workplace, you'll see somebody do something a certain type of way and you're like, what were you thinking? I would never do it that type of way. But then you realize the context behind what was going on and you're like, fair enough, I couldn't have even thought of that myself, right? You don't know the whole story. Let people do what they need to do. Ask them about it later. Number, how do I do this? 6, if you're well fed and you have to choose between a book and a snack, go for the book, baby. Knowledge is priceless. I have a whole collection of books, but the way that a book will feed you versus a snack, honey, don't even get me started. Now listen, you want a snack every now and then, I get it, but a book is so much more nourishing. Go for the book. Go for the book. Number 7, if someone wants to marry me, they have to go through my parents first. They have to ask for my parents' approval. If they want me, they have to first get my parents' blessing. No way in hell do they get me without my parents' approval. 100%. I don't know what this, each to their own, and I get it, not everybody has a healthy relationship with their family, but in my life, if somebody thinks it's acceptable to propose to me without having spoken to my parents first, it's an instant no. It's an instant no. Listen, if we're talking about marriage, just like that, would you be interested? Is this where we're going? You think in the next year or so, or 2 years or 5 years, that's a different story. Talking about marriage is a different thing. But if you're gonna propose to me without speaking to my parents first, you have lost your damn mind and you have lost me, sweetheart. For me personally, I just feel like it's basic respect. I mean, my parents are flawed people, but incredible people, and I am so lucky to have these people in my life. If you have the audacity to ask for my hand in marriage, you have no respect. If you have the audacity to do that without speaking to my parents first, you have no respect for them. And you have clearly no respect for me, because if you knew me at all, you would know that these people are so important to me. I just feel like it's a thing of respect. If you despite how flawed your parents are or your guardians, whoever raised you, if these people have invested into you, if they are important in your life, if you somewhat seek their approval, if they have stakes or whatever it is in your life, I just feel like it's the right thing to do. It's a matter of etiquette. Each to their own. But for me, in my life, you want me, go through my parents first. And if my mom and dad don't approve, well, they're probably right. Number 8. Patience. It's on its way to you. When I was a kid, I was so patient. I knew what I wanted. And it's funny, I've been actually getting into Margarita Nazarenko, I think her name is. She's a self-help YouTuber / podcaster. She's brilliant. The way she articulates everything is just fantastic. One of the things she said, I think, was don't want or don't desire with desperation, but want / desire with expectation. Something like that. I can't remember. And that's how I was as a kid. I really wanted things, I really wanted to get a pet hamster. I really wanted to go on that school trip. I really wanted to go for that sleepover. And I would make lists and da-da-da-da. But I was very patient about it. And I think as you get older, it's very easy to lose that. But patience, what you're experiencing, I just tweeted this the other day, what you're experiencing right now is the feeling of not everything at once. It's coming to you. Just not in the way that you would expect it, therefore better. Boom. What more could you want? Number 9, we don't always need to cut people off. There is a difference between actually being toxic and being a human being that makes mistakes and is taking accountability for those mistakes. To be fair, each situation is unique. But if you find that you are cutting people off continuously, say up to 5 times a year, then maybe you need to reevaluate what or who the problem is. Maybe you need to work on either A, conflict resolution, quite frankly, or B, being a little bit more careful with who you allow into your energy in the first place. If you're allowing so-called toxic people into your life, why? Why do you feel that you deserve to have that energy in your life? What's going on there? Number 10, if it is out of your control, stop stressing about it. Focus on what you can control, which is you. Really and truly, you. And the rest will fall into place. The rest of the world is a mirror for your internal state. Stress does not solve anything, it only makes you sick. The same goes for worry. Unless, of course, you use it in short bursts to solve problems under, say, a time crunch. For example, if you are asking the right questions to the right people, or you are using the stress to communicate in a more efficient, effective manner. Besides that, stress in our modern world, I feel, has been far too normalized. Yes, things can be stressful, but should that stress consume you? Should you be up unable to sleep? No. What good will it do? It does nothing for you. It does nothing for the people around you. If you wish to stress so much, use it constructively. I know of people that are absolute stress heads and they just use it to worry and worry and worry and worry and worry. And look at this downward spiral. Exactly. They get to no conclusion. But the worst, which is quite honestly, it's no conclusion at all. It's just where they started, but amplified. If you want to stress so much, if you want to be in a state of concern so much, use it productively. Use it to charge your questions and the way that you answer those questions. Get yourself some answers. Number 11. Do not speak on an angry mind. It is okay to walk away. I used to respond and not react, but that changed as I learned bad habits from people around me, realizing now that that was actually a gift. Let's take a few hours to calm down and actually speak to each other receptively. Now listen, you could be the most balanced in mind, most genuine, peaceful, loving person, but if somebody has crossed a boundary with you, if somebody has made you upset, if somebody has hurt you, it is okay and understandable for your mind to be in a place that is not peaceful and calm and gentle and kind. So let yourself have that time to cool off. It is okay to experience anger. You do not have to communicate in a space where you feel like you cannot communicate. Now, I'll be honest, in my workplace, because I work in a customer service role, there are many times where I'm required to perform under pressure and to be very, very diplomatic in situations where one might feel the most desire to be the least diplomatic. However, that aside, job aside, if you can walk away from a situation, if you can say, let's pause for a minute, because I don't want to say something that I'm going to regret, that I don't actually mean, that would just be from a place of defense because my ego is hurting. Because of that, I'm going to choose to sit down, go to another room, detach myself from the situation. See, am I in the wrong? Are you in the wrong? Right? We don't need to get into this with a person, say, we're having conflict with, but give yourself that permission to not completely destroy somebody or destroy yourself. Yes, it is important to communicate, but how you communicate can also be very important. We hold responsibility with our words. Words can be harmful. Anyone who's been bullied knows that, right? Think about what you're saying. You don't need to over-explain, yell, fight back in a moment of conflict. You have permission, you are allowed to walk away, to take a moment to cool down, calm down. It does not make you a bad person. It does not mean that you cannot handle conflict. In fact, I think it would make you somebody that handles conflict very well. Because the way to truly handle conflict and come to a conclusion is with a cool mind. So let yourself cool off. Number 12, you do not need to yell in order to be heard. Now, kind of ironic given that I'm somewhat yelling at the camera, but I'm doing it somewhat because of the distance. So I hope you can bear with me. It kind of does lead off of the last one. You'll actually find sometimes the people that hold the most presence when they're speaking are the people that just talk slowly and quietly. Now, I don't mean you need to whisper necessarily like that girl from Pitch Perfect, but you don't need to yell in order to be heard. And I actually find it's quite interesting in very male-dominant environments, they'll all somewhat, especially in school, be yelling over each other. If you're a woman in that environment, do not feel that you need to start yelling in order to be heard. Now, maybe you know your situation best. Maybe you do, and it sucks, and I'm so sorry. But generally speaking, regardless of your gender, sex, etc., you do not yell. In fact, people are more likely to listen if you are not yelling. Yelling is not particularly a nice noise. Speak with presence. Learn to speak with presence. I'm not saying I have it down, but it's a goal of mine. And I actually think that Learning the art of communication is a far more important skill than learning how to be the loudest in the room. Number 13, why be so bothered? Their treatment of you is simply a reflection of them. If somebody is treating you so awfully, honestly, you just gotta feel sorry for them, because they have to go home at the end of the day and deal with that still. That nonsense that they're reflecting to you, that judgment, that cruelty, that unforgivingness, if you will, that is how they treat themselves 24/7. That's gotta be brutal. Somebody who does not know kindness, doesn't know how to express kindness, they don't know how to feel kindness within. That has got to be so lonely. Can you imagine? I've seen it. I've seen, after so much nonsense, that people that don't know how to be warm and open and really allow themselves to care about people in society, they experience joy only up till a certain point, and that's their choice. They have the right to do that. But if you open your heart, if you are a kinder, softer, warmer person, I know it's easier said than done, but don't worry about how they treat you. The level of joy that you are able to experience is 10 times what this person who's trying to make you feel like poo-poo is capable of experiencing. You keep doing you. Number 14, being girly and soft is not weak. It is feminine energy. I'll be honest, harsh words and circumstances definitely changed this in me. I lost a lot of my girliness. I used to be like, I'd always wear high heels and pink dresses and pink stuff and have long, pretty, girly, flowy hair. That was just very me. But I did change, and that's okay. That's part of my story. That's part of my character development. It is okay to enjoy being a girly girl, whether that is 100% of the time or just some of the time. To be able to be soft is a strength. Don't forget that. Number 15, stay true to yourself. Again, tying in with the previous point. I'd always want to express myself through my clothing and honestly just through my autonomy and my decisions. You can't really go too wrong in staying true to yourself. You follow, I guess, your heart or your intuition more specifically. You'll be doing such a service to yourself and in turn such a service to the world around you. You are your best self when you lean into who you authentically are. Number 16, stay gentle and caring. I feel as I got older, I lost my warmth and I guess ability to be soft. I became a lot more cold and suspicious, and I think that's the case for a lot of us. But we need to remember that it is our heart that makes humanity. It is leaning into that tendency to care, and I have to give credit to my job here because it's so customer focused. I am constantly confronted with the issues of humanity in front of me. You see people struggling with things and you are faced with the decision of, am I going to suspect the worst about them or am I going to believe in the best about them? And you lead with what feels right, and the latter feels right, and more often than not you are right. Most people want to be seen, they want to be heard, they want to feel accepted, they want to feel like they belong to something. And being gentle and caring is not a crime, and it facilitates for that feeling in people. And you never know how much it might mean to somebody to experience your warmth. Number 17, donuts. Ew, McDonald's? What? McDonald's seems unappetizing, as do fizzy drinks. Water is cool. Yeah, I hated donuts growing up. Something about the dough and something about the word, I think, just put me off, to be honest. I didn't like eating a whole lot of junk food. McDonald's was not my vibe. Like, my sister could eat like 3 burgers and I would be like, no. The most I'd have is chicken nuggets. I loved healthy food growing up. Like, where is that girl? Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy healthy food, but I'm definitely not as good as I used to be when I was a kid. I would stay away from fizzy drinks. Like, let's just be real. I don't even need to explain this. Like, we already know. Just chill with that. Number 18, ambition. I wanted to be excellent as a kid. I was such a Hermione Granger. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I think I lost a lot of my ambition throughout my teen years for a multitude of reasons, but going after what you want in life is a beautiful experience, and it is so transformative and healing in so many ways because you're forced to confront yourself constantly when you're in the pursuit of what it is that you desire. Find fun in pushing yourself in what you're curious about. You can do anything you put your mind to. Number 19, you do not need to stay feeling jealous because it does not serve you beyond indicating to you what it is that you desire / wish to feel within yourself. I have a video all about jealousy on my channel. Feel free to check it out. It's about how to deal with it, what it means, how you can process it and use it for good in your life. Jealousy to me is a flag. It's an indicator. And I'll be honest, there are many things that I'm working towards in life where I have no 3D results, if you will. And so sometimes the best approach for me is to watch so much content in relation to what it is that I'm wishing to achieve that I just feel so charged and inspired, and I just have an image of what it is that I want, just soaked in my mind. Alternatively, I'll take the opposite approach. I'll say I will not look at that content because if I look at that content, it triggers me. And so rather I just focus on where I am right now. Jealousy can ruin you if you stay stuck in it, but jealousy can be incredibly helpful, like a tool. It can signal to you what it is that you truly desire. Go check out my video for a more in-depth explanation. Number 20, last but not least, having your biggest dream be that you want to be a mother is not a bad thing. I think as I got older, I sort of gave in or started to believe this, I'm going to call it modern feminist lie. I don't disagree with feminism, true feminism, but there are many, I think, myths to feminism in the modern day. And I think one of them is that women should not, I guess, want to be mothers, or that it's not natural, or that we should really, truly just find so much purpose in our career that being a mother is the last thing on our minds. And I think I felt some shame for feeling such a maternal instinct. I felt weak for it. I felt like I wasn't woman enough. But being woman, I mean, who is anyone to define that but woman herself? I think that if you want to be a mother, that is a beautiful thing. If you don't want to be a mother, that is equally beautiful. For me, now having witnessed myself on both sides of it, I mean, just to really keep it real with you, I've been obsessed with pregnancy and the topic of it and how it happens and what it means and the different science things and all of that since I was a kid. Whenever we'd play house at school, I was always pregnant. Whenever we'd play house at home, I was always pregnant. I always had a baby, or 3. I'd been planning my kids' names for the longest time. You know, I just had such a strong maternal instinct in me to care. And the first few jobs that I did, I was working with children, and I just found so much joy in that. And I felt weak and soft for having soft skills, for being empathetic, for being gentle, for being, I guess, approachable even. And I felt that in order to be woman enough, in order to be successful in this world, that I had to rid myself of those qualities. But that's not true. It's a strength to have maternal instinct too. It's perfectly valid to want to be and become a mother. Oh, I forgot what I was saying, but it's just whatever you want to do that's what I was saying. Just because somebody is born with a certain genitalia, it doesn't mean that they don't have very valid desires. Like, just, how do I put it? It's not one or the other. You can be a man and want children and equally not want children, and same goes for a woman. You're just a person, you know? You're just a person who has the desire to either nurture or not a child, right? Perfectly valid either way. And yeah, I still very much would like to be a mother one day. I don't know when. Don't need to be doing that anytime now. Just about managed to take care of myself. But yeah, that's about it, guys. That is it for the video. I know this one was a lot quicker. I hope you don't mind that. But yeah, that's it. They finally stopped with the head shaving. I need to go because I have a date in 20 minutes and I'm late again. Right. Guys, take care of yourselves. Love you all. Have a great day wherever you are. Comment, like, share, subscribe, etc. Oh, look at that. The muscles are coming through, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is exciting. Quick flex, quick flex. Oh my god, I need to run. I'm so late. This poor guy. Okay, bye.